Senator West, welcome back to the program. The House and the Senate really seem to be in a standoff right now over property taxes. How do you expect this is going to end?
Well, the reality is that there's a standoff. It's obviously a difference in opinion in terms of what's the best way to do that. But here's the problem. It's a problem for the Republican Party. The Republican Party has got to decide, leadership has got to decide which is the best proposal. Democrats can have input into the process, but the reality is that the decision making will be made by the leaders, and that's going to be the lieutenant governor and the speaker.
And that big decision everyone's wondering right now is, do you anticipate that the lieutenant governor might abandon his idea to increase the homestead exemption that he's been pushing for so long?
Knowing Dan Patrick, no, he will not abandon that idea. The fact is that many of us in the Senate believe it's a good idea. To be able to, people have got to understand what the property tax reduction is going to be. If you tell them you're going to increase their homestead exemption by $100,000, they understand that. And so messaging is going to be very important on this. His message is real clear. We're talking about a homestead exemption of $100,000, and in many instances will benefit homeowners up to some $1,400 a year.
And the governor has supported the House's plan. Does it surprise you that the governor came out in support of what Dave Phelan's pushing?
Nothing has surprised me at all about this legislative session. It's been probably one of the most unusual ones I've ever participated in.
Well, why so? Let me ask you, because you participated in a lot of them.
Well, I mean, just some of the issues. Think about this. We've had record surpluses and have not dealt with issues that have plagued this state for a long time. Medicaid, as an example. The governor decided to push vouchers. And in the end, when he couldn't get it done, he tied it to increase in wages for teachers. And then obviously it went down, so teachers now don't have a pay raise as a result of the governor wanted vouchers and the majority of the legislature saying no to it. And so teachers weren't given a pay raise in an era where we have surplus budgets. I put it like that.
Do you expect that the teacher pay raises will come up again, stand alone in the special session to finally give teachers a pay raise?
Well, I hope that it will, because our teachers deserve it. We continue to talk about the impact teachers have had on all of us, and not to give them a pay raise, I think is just reprehensible. And frankly, I think it's political negligence not to do it.
Let me ask you about school vouchers, because the governor is adamant about this, and it's likely this is going to come back in a special session. I can't determine, though, whether any votes will change. Republicans in the House, suburban and rural guys over there, just have not supported this. You and I spoke earlier in the session, earlier this year, and you said you didn't think it would pass. It didn't pass. Is anything going to change if this comes back up in a special session?
Jason, I doubt it very seriously. I mean, the reality is that the rural legislators were kind of, incentivized to pass vouchers by giving their independent school districts $15,000 to $20,000, some amount of money. Okay, and they didn't buy that. The superintendents of those rural districts didn't buy it. They didn't buy it then. I don't think they're going to buy it now. They won't buy it in special session, regardless of the number of special sessions that we had.
There is a budget surplus that you guys were dealing with down there in Austin, which is always a good thing. And yes, you were able to bring a significant amount of that back to your district in Dallas for law enforcement.
That's exactly right. And it wasn't just me. It was a bipartisan effort where several of us got together and prevailed upon the lieutenant governor, put about $20 million in the budget. It stayed in the budget. And so the budget was passed. So the city of Dallas will have $20 million extra in order to build the police center, which will be on the campus of the University of North Texas at Dallas. We were also able to get about $5 million for the deck park that's being built here in the southern sector of Dallas. So, we did pretty good. UNT Dallas was able to get some monies in order to begin looking at, check this out, Jason, establishing a school of optometry there and also expanding a nursing program there. So we did pretty good. UT Southwestern was able to get $101 million in order to continue to build out the mental health facility that we're building there. So we did pretty good.
There's a lot of other things going on besides all the headlines with school vouchers and property taxes and things like that. Senator, we always appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.